Hello cozy friends and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Candace, and before we get started, I would love to encourage you, if you haven't already, to subscribe and become a cozy friend, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, if you would like to support me on my other social medias, everything is linked down below. I am Rose Latte Girl on literally every platform you can think of. Anyway, let's get started into this video. So this is my brand new bullet journal. I did get this from Notebook Therapy. I'll have it linked down below if you're interested in it. And just a tiny flip through of what my bullet journal was. If you guys are interested in seeing how I set up my bullet journal, I will link it up above so you guys can click on that. This is my January setup. I did something super minimalistic, and I did not do a plan with me for this one just because January was just so jam-packed. But here we are in February, and I'm so excited for this month. This is the month of love. This is the month of adventure. This is the month where it can really be whatever you want it to be. So I really wanted to do a mixture with this theme because I did want to use some paper, and I did want to show you guys that you don't need all these extra stickers and paper and all this nonsense if you really don't want it. But I wanted to give you guys kind of some ideas. So I did use this heart paper that my mom actually found in a box of old things that we had. And she gave it to me and said, hey, maybe you can use this in your bullet journal. So shout out to Mom. Thanks so much for that. But I really am not doing anything crazy with my first two spreads. I am just using this paper kind of as a border to encompass the word February that I'm going to write in hand lettering. And for this month, I actually did not want to do a quote. So I'm not going to. I know I usually do a quote for each month, but I kind of feel February is just self-explanatory, so I'm not going to write one. Yeah, I didn't do much with this. Like I said before, it's basically just decor, something simple that you can do. And another theme that I had for this in mind was like heart balloons and stuff like that, but I feel like this paper really stuck out to me. Didn't do anything special, like I said. I kind of just ripped the pages off, so it kind of looks like February is peeking out from underneath it, which I thought was just super cute. On to my next two spreads. I did do a calendar. Now you guys know that I have several planners that have calendars in them, but this is actually going to be a very special calendar. I'm actually going to track my reading with this calendar, and the way I'm going to track it is I'm going to use a highlighter to keep track of how much I've read over the past couple of days, so on and so forth. So each color is going to represent a different book. And that's just how I'm going to keep track of the month, because technically I don't need a calendar in my bullet journal if I really don't want it, but I'm so used to it at this point that I just can't see myself not having a calendar in my bullet journal monthly spreads. For this one, I'm also going to just add a little strip of paper as kind of to act like a border at the top. I'm using this little cute cutter. It cuts in 3 different like rounded forms that I just picked up off of Amazon. So if you guys are interested in that, just let me know and I will be more than happy to link it. But I'm kind of copying the same effect as my cover spread. Next thing I did was my favorite thing to do, which is add a drop shadow to the box, which is the calendar. I absolutely love doing that. I just feel like it gives it a little more life. And then I just colored in my abbreviation for February. I really wanted to do something different, so I just drew little hearts inside of the block month itself. Now over to my goals page. I don't know what necessarily if I'm going to continue using my goals page like this. It was just kind of an idea to see what I like. All I did was write goals, but within writing goals, I added a little heart to kind of the front of the letter, which I think made it look really, really cute, really, really different. So if you guys are looking to write your words differently, then I suggest maybe putting hearts or a shape in the front of them. But with this one, I wanted this to kind of be the spread to show you guys that you don't need like added paper or added stickers or anything like that. You can literally draw whatever you want. So all I did was add these drop hearts on the top to border the top of the page, which as you can see is really simple and really easy. You don't honestly even need a ruler to do this, but I like clean lines and I know myself, and I had coffee when I made this, so my hands were really shaky. But all I did was made a whole bunch of little boxes, and in each box is a category for my goals. And I'm going to write out my goals as the month goes on and kind of see where I'm at the end of the month. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that later on in another spread. But I really didn't do anything crazy. Like I said, I tried to make it look a little more like kind of like a notepad. And I know some goals needed more space than others. For example, my health goals, it's not going to need a whole lot of space because I just have very specific health goals for the month. My social, which is going to be my social media accounts, very minimal expectations and goals for that, since that's more of like a fun blog for me to run. And then I have books, which I know I'm not going to read a whole ton of books in the month of February. My creativity box is also really small because I just want it to be more creative and more personal to me. And then my personal block, which is just going to be stuff like write more or drink more water or go for a walk every day. Or maybe that'll fit in the health actually, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm saying. And again, I added my drop shadow to the boxes to kind of make it look like it's popping out of the page and to, quite honestly, just give it more life. And then I colored in the worded boxes to kind of give it more of that notepad look, which I think it came out looking really cute. Next was my habits tracker, guys, and I'm so sorry, but I forgot to hit record on this. I didn't do anything crazy. I just wrote habits with hearts in the center of each letter, and then I just wrote out my words. And this time for my habits tracker, I'm actually going to just use circles. I think it's kind of fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works out because I typically just use boxes. So I thought let's change it up a little bit and try circles. And for the decor, this is another one of those spreads that you don't need anything for. You just need your pen and a marker. And all I did was just add a bunch of little circles. I did contemplate using hearts, I'm not gonna lie, but then I kind of felt like maybe it would be too many hearts and it'll kind of look obnoxious. So I opted in for the circles instead. And on the bottom, all I did was draw some heart balloons, which I think it looks pretty cute. Definitely looks like something you can put on a holiday card if you are thinking of making your own Valentine's Day cards. Next is my mood tracker. I did really basic lettering for this one because like I said, I didn't want to be obnoxious with my lettering, and I really wanted to give you guys some different ideas. So I just used my Crayola marker, and all I did was just write it out and added a little heart in the center to break apart mood and tracker. Now for this tracker, I think it's really cute. All I did was draw drop strings of hearts, and it's 28 hearts for the 28 days in February. So each day obviously is going to be a different heart, and I color it in according to what I am feeling that day. For example, I feel so tired right now, let's be honest, if you can probably hear it in my voice. So I would go ahead and color it in whatever color I have labeled as tired, for those of you who maybe have never used a mood tracker or you are brand new to bullet journaling. I personally like to keep track of this. I've gone through so many spreads in the past, like a sleeping tracker, an expense tracker, but the mood tracker has always stuck with me. But the moods that I'm going to track this month are really basic. I have happy, I have sad, I have anxious, I have tired, I have lonely, and then I have bleh. Because sometimes you just don't know what you're feeling, and that's totally okay, because that's me most of the time. And then now I'm just going to color in the drop shadow per usual. You guys will come to know that I really love drawing drop shadows, but I felt like the red was too in your face, so I went ahead and added kind of a little bit of a border with some line ticks. And then to finish off the page, I wanted to extend the circles over into the next spread, which I think came out really nice. It kind of just looks like one cohesive page, which I really like. And I feel like it's very aesthetic, especially if you're trying to do more of a themed page. And then I just went in and added those little colorful dots as I had in my habits tracker. So I'm really proud of how this came out. It looks so nice. So you guys can see that you don't need all these crazy devices or things to add to your bullet journals. You just need your creativity, a marker, and a pen. Next is my February review page. I've never done one of these, but I think it's a great idea. So at the end of the month, you go back to this page and you kind of just review everything that went on. So you can add into it something that was memorable, something that maybe upset you, or something that you learned, but something that you want to review and look back on and kind of just reminisce in the month. And I think I want to add these to every single month because I think it's just so beneficial, especially if you are using your bullet journal to grow as a person, which is what I'm definitely trying to do. So the definition of bullet journal is to really help you as an individual in your everyday life, whether it's planning or whether it's emotional or whether it's mental, or maybe you just want to be artistic. So this, for example, my bullet journal this year is specifically going to help me for my personal growth and my personal tracking. So this is what I came up with. I wanted a lot of space to write in, so all I did was just add 2 borders on the side, nothing crazy. And you could definitely draw this in if you wanted to. Next are the last 2 spreads, and for this I really didn't want to do anything crazy. This is more of the minimalistic idea that I had. I just added this paper in the center of it to border both of these halves of pages, and they were just little hearts. So that's definitely something that you can do. With this, I took my red calligraphy pen and I wrote the highlights, and this is going to help me keep track of the highlights of the month. And I feel like maybe we have a lot of bad days, but we can always look back on a day in the month and say, hey, this day we had coffee and we saw bluebird, or this day my husband surprised me with some flowers and I didn't expect it. Like, those are highlights that I want to remember later on in life. So that's why I decided to make this page, and most likely I'm going to continue using this page in every month. So this is just an idea. All I did after that was number out the days and then just add kind of like lines so that I can write in them with my Crayola marker. Really simple, nothing crazy. And then over on this side, I wrote inspiration. So with this, I'm just going to write down any inspiration I have, whether it's a quote, whether it was something I heard, whether it's the title of a song that I liked, whatever it is that is inspiring me, I wanted to write it in here, because if you find something that inspires you, that is something you need to carry with you, because sometimes you're going to have bad days and it's going to be, tough. But if you remember something that inspired you, for example, why am I doing this channel? No one's watching, or something like that. You look back and you say, wait a minute, this is what inspired me. So now is the final flip through of my February bullet journal. Well, cozy friends, that is all I have for today's video. Before you leave, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and become a cozy friend, and go ahead, give this video a thumbs up and ring that notification bell. Also, if you want to support me on my other social medias, go ahead and do so. Everything is linked down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.